Good evening. I'm Trish Hansen Kerr, and on behalf of the Hansen family and our staff, we welcome you to our annual Christmas memorial service. Our purpose tonight is one of reflection upon the lives of those that have meant so much to all of us. We come from many faiths, many walks of life. Some of us are older, and some of us quite young. We join in a sense of community to remember those special people in our lives who have died. Please feel free to laugh, cry, remember, and share all those feelings that we experience this time of year. We hope you enjoy this program and that it's special to each and every one of you. I'd like to take a moment and introduce my family. My son, Tanner Kerr, my nephew, Stuart Hansen, and his wife, Keely, and daughter, Georgia, and Stuart's brother-in-law, Chris, Owen. And you all did not know I had that big of a family, did you? My husband's actually in the back as well. So we have a great staff, and I just want to take a minute to acknowledge them and that I'm very proud, and they're so professional and caring. I'm very blessed and fortunate to have them working with you on a daily basis. I would introduce them all, but they don't like that either. Please enjoy the program as we start with our first song.
found this package the other day. It was wrapped so neat and secure, mailed away, and attached to the outside, just as plain as could be, was this note for everyone to see.
Please rush through the holiday season, too painful to open for any reason. Contained within, find one bereaved heart, fragile, broken, falling apart. Tried to go shopping the other day. The hype of the season blew me away. Sat down to write cards, that was insane. Couldn't find the list or think of my name. People say, come over, be of good cheer. Celebrate the holidays, prepare a new year. But my grief overwhelms me like waves in the sea. Can they cope with my crying and unsettled me? I don't have any holiday cheer. Decorations, traditions, big family meal. I can't do it this year. Do you know how I feel? Guilty and frustrated. I've let everyone down. Our holiday celebrations used to be the best in town. So just ship me away, address unknown. When my grief is over, I might fly home. Signed, Bereaved Heart.
Well, I just couldn't send Bereaved Heart away like that. So I took some time and I wrote this note back. The passing of your loved one has forced you to start a new kind of living that's hard on the heart. Undecorating your life full of anger and tears is not easy to do without shedding some tears. Untying your guilt can release a bundle of strife. Questions are stirred up about living and life. Don't be concerned now about invitations and big meals. See how the little stuff handles and feels. Let the love of your life, let the love of your family, neighbors and friends uphold and sustain you when you're at loose ends. Most are eager to be there, willing to share. Tell them your needs and they'll show you they care. They'll take you shopping, write cards, even cook. Let that stuff go now and get yourself off the hook. You need time for healing. You've got much work to do. Your heart needs mending. Give that gift to you. Take a walk, read a book, try something your style. Make sure it's relaxing and rest for a while. When holiday invitations come knocking at your door, don't say yes if you can't take any more. If you wish to remember your loved one who died, plant a tree, give a gift. Let your heart be your guide. This season of wonder can bring you relief if you're willing to unwrap your tears and your grief. Please listen, bereaved heart. Stay close and dare to open your package and let others care. Merry Christmas. God bless you all.
is forever. It is something that can never be taken away from you. You are here this evening out of love for the ones that we are honoring and remembering. Memories keep the spirit of our loved ones alive and well as we continue our journey through life. Each of you have received a multitude of gifts from your loved ones that we remember here. These gifts are treasures that you hold in your heart and in your mind forever. Maybe it was that special smile, that caring heart, that warm embrace that you always felt. Maybe they were always there through the good times and the bad, no matter what, setting an example of what love means. Love is forever. I'd like to share a little story with you this evening, and it requires that you use your imaginations. One autumn, there was this beautiful, majestic oak tree proudly displaying its brilliant red leaves, glistening in the autumn sun. There was a gentle northerly breeze blowing through the leaves. One of the leaves suddenly spoke out to those leaves which were around him on the branch. He said to his brother and sister leaves, "You know it is fall, and with that, you know what our fate is. Soon we will be leaving our comfortable home here. We will be asked to let go of our branches, fall to the earth, and die." All the other leaves listened intensely as that one little leaf spoke of his fear and his pain. Autumn progressed, and now it was time for the leaves to be shaken from the tree. All the other leaves were looking at one another, but none of them wanted to be the first to leave. So that one little leaf, who spoke up earlier about his fears and his pain, smiled to his fellow brother and sister leaves, and he decided he was going to go first. Little Leaf gracefully plucked himself from the tree, slowly began to spin around, floating to the ground. As the leaf was gracefully floating to the ground, he could be heard encouraging the others to follow. He yelled up to them, saying, "Don't be afraid." As he fell to the ground, he was in a meditation, remembering all the wonderful experiences in life that he had had, all the wonderful sunrises and sunsets that he had experienced, all the different people that had walked underneath him. Most importantly of all, he remembered his brother and sister leaves and all the experiences that he had had with them. Suddenly, that little leaf realized that he was who he was because of all the experiences he had shared with his brother and sister leaves, all the wonderful conversations that he had had with them. He suddenly realized that he wasn't dying, but realizing instead he was reaching the height of his potential. He would never be the same. However, he would always have with him all the experiences that he had shared. After that one little leaf spoke of his experience and his thoughts, one by one, the other leaves gracefully began to follow and take flight. I think this little story says a lot for us here this evening, remembering our loved ones. All of those that we remember tonight, just like that little leaf, had the courage to take flight. They knew somewhere inside they would soon reach their potential and would take all of who they were with them. Our loved ones have taken each one of you with them in a very special way because you all have filled their life with wonderful experiences and allowed them to become who they really were. This evening, I celebrate each one of you gathered here. It takes a lot of inner strength to come back to a place of loss and grief. You certainly are a people of great courage. But know that it is the love within that drives you. Know that this is a safe place to express your grief, and may the memories of your loved ones feed your heart and your spirit during this holiday season and in the new year ahead. Love is forever. Love is the very fabric that weaves our lives together.
This is the time of our memorial roll call and our ornament giving. I will be calling off your loved one's name, and whether you came by yourself or you brought your entire family of 5 or 10 people, I invite you to come forward, receive the ornament, and place it on the tree. I do have a big favor, and I need some huge grace because I am pretty sure I am not going to pronounce everybody's loved ones properly. So I'm asking for that grace, and we're going to start the evening off with Jeffrey Aldrich. Ronaldo B. Andal. Sue Augsburger. James Bamberry. Joyce and William Becker. David Beeson. Beverly Bennett. Bernal Wright. Ronnie Bolsega. Jana Clark. Tom Combs. Douglas Cook. Lieutenant Colonel Oliver Coslet. Robert Franklin Crabtree. Timothy DeGraw. Dean Da Vinci. Oh, I know I did that one way wrong. Help me. Devin Cincy. Dean Devin Cincy. Thank you. Okay. Douglas Dixon. Rose Elizabeth Diallo. Eric Daniel Demas. Francis Doherty. Anne Drobny. Leslie R. Dugan. Joe Dundas. Robert Dyer. David Earp. Leslie Estes. Gary Thomas Estill. Elaine Figliola. Aurelia Alvarez Flores, Brantley James Foran, Mary Fowle, Anaya Fowler, Ellie Garcia, Pamela Walters Gosler, Thomas Desmond Halligan, Helen Hansen, James Harmon, Adam Charles Haynes. Jill Heflin, James Heidenreich. Oh, phew. George Heeland, Colleen Helsvig. Peggy Higgins, Robert Earl Howard, Julie Jasper, Patricia Jeria. Oh, man, I'm 3 for 3. Harlem Ray Johnson, Mary Ellen Jones, Isabel Lou Cast, Ray Kaufman. Brendan Kime. Marcia Ann Kempf, Andrew Kimmerly, Jack Linko, Donald Lozier, James and Petey Lugo. Salvador Marsala, Barbara McManus, James McManus, Sally McMullen, Anna Mae Miller, Norman Moore, William B. Mosier, John Edward Mueller, Michael Patrick Murphy Sr., Sally Elaine Nave, Joan Nelson, Berta Painter, Mark Patton, Jean Perry, Kelly Peterson, Annetta S. Pike. Alan Ray Porter, Don Van Ralty, Daniel K. Richards, Sherry Ritchie, Gary Bruce Robertson Sr., Patricia Roth, Stephen John Sadler, Shirley Sanford, Matthew Sansota, and my list says Ernest, but I don't know Ernest. Chabelle, Ernie Chabelle, sorry. Chabelle. The Ernest threw me. Mike Schrum, although this says Michael as well. I'm not sure about Michael. She drug you up here. Good girl. Kevin Michael Scott, Virginia Schaefery, Darren Michael Smallwood, Jenny Smith. William Allen Smith, Myra Gail Stringle. William Stringer, Jack Schwartz. Jean Thomas, Kathleen Ulbricht, Elizabeth Urick, Anthony Vanoy. Barbara Ward, Mary Watson, Teresa Waugh. Marcia White, Mikhail White, Michael Whitesell, Heather Yellowhawk,
Well, I would like to place a final ornament in honor of all those served by the Hansen family that were not able to attend tonight. Their spirit, or their presence in spirit, is important to us.
reality. Can we relate to some days go really fast? Some days, some weeks are forever. And as we experience the death of someone very important to us, time can kind of slam dunk us, I think. If it's been a long illness and we sit by the bedside, some days seem interminable. If it's a sudden death, how unfair it seems that our minds can't grasp it and we can't quite figure out how did this happen when yesterday or this morning was so very normal. This time of year is often very painful for us. It's supposed to be a time when everything is okay. It's supposed to be a time when families can gather as they will. It's supposed to be a time full of happiness and joy. And often it is, but when we're going through the reality of adjusting to a loved one's death, time is a strange reality. I wonder for those of us who've lost someone this year, how many of us have heard from somebody else, "Oh, aren't you over that yet?" No, and don't ask me that again. It takes whatever time it takes. And we can't force it, and no one else has the right to lay that burden on us. But as we adjust to the reality of death and what these losses mean to us, how is it that you and I may be challenged in some ways to crack the granite of our sadness? Crack the granite of our sadness. And as we do that, little bit by little bit, and sometimes that happens when we tell stories about the person that we've known and loved. Friend, family, colleague, neighbor. As we tell the stories about people, it can often bring a smile to our own face, and it can also make our tender hearts rejoice in a strange, loving way. I encourage us to tell the stories about those who have died. No one knows how you feel about the reality of the death of somebody. But often telling the stories does two things for us. It keeps them alive in our own heart and our own memory. And perhaps we're sharing a story with somebody who didn't know our loved one who died. And we can make them strangely, gently visible, at least in spirit, to someone who may be listening to our story. I encourage us to tell the stories. They're very, very important. And some of those stories may make us laugh, because it's often the case when family and friends gather. Somehow this happens. I don't quite know how it happens, but it happens. Do you remember the time that? Do you remember the day when? And do you remember the stupid stunt he or she pulled? No disrespect, but some of our relatives do stupid things on occasion. And we laugh because we do them as well. It's all part of our broken and our loving humanity. I encourage you to tell the stories. For in those that we love and they've died, in their absence, they're very present to us. We hear a song. We see a skirt. We see a tie. We see a baseball cap. whatever it is that triggers the memory of that loved one, in their absence, they're very present to us. I pray that in these days, which can be filled with great joy and great pain, that the Lord will bless you and keep you, and the Lord will let his face shine upon you and be gracious to you, and the Lord will lift his countenance upon you and give you his peace.
Thank you for sharing this special evening with us. I would like to take a minute to say thank you to Chaplain David, Father Polk. Your words are hope and inspiration to us. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of my life and my team's life and our family's lives. Liesl, Taylor, Adrian, wow. Our violinist, Taylor, Liesl Hill, our soloist, and Adrian Bridgewater, our harpist. You guys are wonderful, beautiful, right? Like, they just make the evening, okay? So, thank you. Thank you. So this does conclude our service. Couple things, though. One, we have some great refreshments outside, some great apple cider. I'd appreciate if you drank the coffee, because then I can take the apple cider home. Not really. Not really, but it really is good, very homemade as well. So please, we're going to exit you out the doors, although if you want to take a minute and come up and have a picture, our staff and team will come and help you take a picture if you want with the tree and the ornament, if you would like to do that in your family. If not, that's okay. I would ask that you leave the ornament on the tree, and we're going to take that ornament off for you. And after you get your refreshment, cup of coffee, apple cider, you're going to come back in and go down the hall, and we'll direct you, and you can pick up your ornaments there, and they were yours to keep. Also want to make a little announcement that when you buy the extra ornaments, I didn't realize till a couple years ago, I didn't go figure, that we donate that money. And so this year, we raised, you all bought, between our three services, approximately $3,500. And so we choose a couple of organizations that are very dear to our hearts. And so this year we've picked Hope Women's Center and Bessie Family Foundation Angel Toy Drive. And so thank you, because those families and those women at that Hope Center are going to be blessed because of the ornaments that you all have purchased. So thank you very much. So, Merry Christmas, one day at a time. Thank you for being here.